All right. Here we go. How's everybody doing tonight? I had a fun day. Got down here. I actually got a lot of work done. So this may not look like a lot, right? But there's probably 600-700 rings in there. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, right? You're having a great day? I'm doing all right. So I got that done this morning. Then went upstairs, made lunch, took a nap, and my son wanted to clean his the PlayStation 3 that we have. It's my wife's, not his, but so he and I tore that apart together. Good bonding father-son time. But he needs new controllers. The controllers that we have are quite glitchy, so I called around. None of the gaming stores that you would think would have some opened until 6. And I wasn't going to have time between dinner and... Oh, this is going to be awkward as heck. Uh-oh. None of the gaming stores that would have a PlayStation 3 controller are open. So I'm gonna have to order some from Amazon for him. He doesn't need another gaming console. He doesn't need an old gaming console, but we do have some older games on there that he used to play. So, all right. Oh, thank you for sharing the live. Much appreciated. Come on. This is a very awkward angle here. Alright, got one in. Now am I going to be able to get the other one in? Okay. So, yeah. Be right back. Alright, Mac. Yeah, he and I took the air duster can, took the console apart, took it outside, dusted it out real good. It's kind of fun. Like, I remember my dad taking my Nintendo apart when I was little, cleaning it up to get it running again. So, that's always cool. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Okay, this is not fun. All right, there we go. Okay, now can we get it down and out of the way? All right, so anyway, that was, and then I made dinner, and I'll go find my son some I'll order some PlayStation 3 controllers off Amazon, and then that's just gonna have to be good enough. I always hesitate at the idea of replacing controllers, just because you never, like, unless you get like PlayStation brand or Xbox brand, you can't subscribe to my Twitch. I don't know why that would be the case. For anyone wondering, I am live on X, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. all at the same time. And yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to subscribe. That's very odd. You're following me, but you can't sub. Okay, so I don't have enough followers to be able to subscribe to, I think, is the issue on Twitch. Right? You literally, you checked for me? Aw. Thanks, Louie. I almost wasn't here. I had to run to the gas station for the wife at, she asked me to go at 7:50, right? And you think, oh, 7:50, no problem. You can go to the gas station and be back with plenty of time. Well, I thought that. I get to the gas station. They don't have what I need. I go to the gas station across the street. Door's locked because the only person there is I guess they're having explosive back-end outbursts or something, is what I gathered. So that's awesome. You already got my wife's sweet treat stocked up for her in your den. Oh, really? I will let her know. So, second gas station was a no-go. The third gas station was a quick trip. They had what I needed, but I don't like going there because the parking lot is it's a bit of a maze to get in and out of. And usually I'm needing to go to the gas station when it's a lot busier out. What was the last nail color? Black Cherry Pearl? Did you ever find that one? Or something close? Hang on. Come on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, did you ever find Black Cherry Pearl nail polish? That's a good color. Let's see here. If I were to meet you, what kind of nail polish would I want you to be wearing? Okay. Let me think. You found black grape is what you got? Right on. Trying to think. There's a purple. It's a metallic purple. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. I did paint for like a day, right? I'm not opposed to cutesy colors. Don't get it twisted. So like bubblegum pink. You're good with that? No, like if I were a guy and I was going to paint my nails, right? And I wanted to, like, I'm going with hot rod colors, right? Like Iron Man red, you know, hot rod red. Whoa, I don't know where that went. I don't know if this ring in the corner. Alright, I found a ring in the corner that's open. So it may be the one I just dropped. Or it may be a new... or it may be the ring I just dropped. Or it may be an older ring that was flung around previously. Like the one I just did. Okay. Super B yellow. You know the purple I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the Plymouth Prowler purple. I don't know what color that is. But if I were gonna... If I was gonna paint my nails... Mike! How you doing, buddy? Rings of Power! You know that purple? Okay. Last few were gray, Floviz green, and black with purple speckles. Okay, so not purple again. I don't know. Another wonderful day. Good, good. Glad to hear. How's your cube coming along? You don't know if your salon has it? This was the most vampire purple they had. Anything but purple I'd go for. Yeah, so... I'm thinking like Super B yellow or something. To that effect. What am I looking for? I'm looking for another strand of Byzantine here. So... Mike, the... admin for the large chainmail, the large group of chainmailers called Chainmail over on Facebook, is hanging out over on Facebook, and he has a stunning cube going that is going to be about 4 times the size of this one, and it's going to be sick. Sitting down to work more on it, 25% done with layer 5. How many rings is that so far? 150 million quadrillion? You're just waiting for this new interview because a new job might not let you have your nails done? Oh, man. Like... being in the nursing field, right, there is a certain level of professionalism required, but there was always a double standard between what women could get away with and what men couldn't, or what men could, which I found interesting. I only have my ears pierced, so I'm not... I don't have a single tattoo or anything. So it was never an issue for me. But I do remember like one of our aides getting talked to because he had tattoos on his forearm. But then one of the female aides had tattoos all over her. It was just like, this is a long time ago. 66,000 rings or so. Right on. That's awesome, dude. I can't wait to see that project when it's done. It's going to be sick. Okay, is that all the strands of Byzantine that I need? I think so. Alright. I've thought about getting a tattoo. Always end up spending your money on other things, though, like rings. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, I have thought about tattoos. I know what I want. I'm going to get my logo tattooed on me just because it's a big part of my life. I'm going to get chainmail tattooed on me because that's a huge part of my life. I don't know if you guys can tell. At some point, someday. Come on. Got a few shop recommendations there in the Quad Cities or Chicago suburbs, yeah. You had a suspicion it was part of my life, yeah. Go figure. I don't hide it well or anything. So make sure we're oriented the right way and not screwing things up. I can't tell you how many times I put one of these big rings in the wrong way. And then I gotta like undo half of it to get it to be oriented correctly. You're downsizing the hidden piercings though because big rings are heavy. Oh my. I'm not 100% sure what that means. And I'm almost 100% certain I don't want clarification. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, I'm glad that I have decided to keep this the smaller cube that I originally intended for it to be. Because it's about 20 pounds right now. This obnoxious monstrosity that I'm working on. It'll be 30 pounds when I'm done. If I were to continue to the next layer, like it would be a cube without corners, which would be cool, but it would be 75 pounds total final weight, right? And that's too much time into this project. And I don't have the funding. To purchase more rings for it, right? Despite the large donation I received last night, I could use that towards this project, but I still have to cover the cost of getting a base made for this and the whole display stand. And I don't know how much that's going to be. So we're stopping at 30 for now. Things might change. Think of a 2-gauge needle, we call them meat shovels. God. Yeah, Louis. Ow. Exactly. So, yeah, clean up the PlayStation. I made, clean up the PlayStation with my son. And then I made spaghetti for dinner. And then I ran to 3 different gas stations for the wife. And then got home and started to stream. So it's been a good day. Busy day, but a good day. Absolute W of a family man. I try. Did I get hardware for the green inlay? No. No. The large Finnegan's Wake inlay, it's got the leather background behind it, and it's still hanging on a dowel. God bless. Oh. I'm going to need to bring that closer to me. Okay, so the large Finnegan's Wake inlay is hanging off a dowel rod. I need the wall hooks. I need some Celtic themed wall hooks. And I have a spear that is going to replace the dowel rod. Nasty bastard. Okay. And so that's all I'm waiting on. I just got a pretty astronomically large donation last night. So I'm going to order the rings to finish up this cube, order the hardware for the Finnegan's Wake inlay, and then I'm going to take a portion of that and purchase something from another chainmail artist and then the rest of it's going to go and cover some other odds and ends things that I didn't have planned to do. Set him the 2 gauge right now, which is your PA size. I'm stepping down from, but you'd like to have it a 1/2 inch. Ugh. Get her done, boss. Come on, you got this. Thank you. Thank you, A. Fuller. Appreciate you. Should you ask wifey to stop at the grocery store to get you another twisted tea or nah? I don't know. You got work in the morning? Charlie. Yeah, I'm ordering rings for it probably tomorrow to finish it up. Your slip just reminded your wife yelled at you today? Oh no. Should probably be now. I'll take the gummy. All right. I mean, if you're not starting until 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, you should be fine. I don't know what time it is your time, but it's only almost 9 o'clock. All right, where am I at here? There we are. Same time zone? Okay. Yeah. I gotcha. I actually went to the Mars Cheese Castle recently. You slipped and your pliers touched your eyelashes. Oh, God. Oh, man. Yeah, it can get sketchy. Especially if you have chain nose pliers. Those are wicked dangerous, man. They scare me. They're really pointy. And I've seen them cause some serious damage on some people. You definitely got to be careful when you're doing this, because blood sacrifices, just simple little blood sacrifices. That's all they are. All right. At least I can see these ones. It's really awkward to... Alright, probably needed sutures, but Dermabond is cheaper than an ER visit. Yes, it is. Just, wash it with soap and water, and provided you don't have any purulent drainage, and no red streaking from the site of injury, you'll be fine. Walk it off, rub some dirt in it. My kid cracked his head on the ottoman a few years back, and I wouldn't have even, being an RN and having seen like serious injuries, I would not have taken him to the ER, but she did, and they gave him some Dermabond on a cut in his in the middle of his forehead. I have 2 scars in the middle of my forehead from when I was growing up. I ran headfirst into a brick wall during gym class playing Capture the Flag. And then I fell down in a church parking lot and split my head open on some gravel when I was, I was like 5 or something. I had to go and get stitches for the parking lot one. But by the time I got to the hospital, I was living in a real rural area. So I was like, I had knocked myself out, basically. And I woke up in the nurse's office and stayed there until my mom was able to come get me. So, like, she had to finish up her work and then drive an hour to come get me, then drive, another hour to the hospital. And by the time we got there, they're like, yeah, there's nothing. We can't suture it up or nothing. So they glued that shut. Your thumb has green streaks going up your arm and can't move. What do? Hospital. How you doing, Astrid? What's going on? You had to buy a new table to work on your cube. Should be here tomorrow, but it is starting to get too heavy for the TV tray. Nice. That's a good problem. That's 66,000 rings. I can imagine it's getting pretty heavy. It's not worth the payment. It's not worth the payment. Yeah, I have issues with the way payments are made in healthcare. Big issues. Because it should be you and your doctor, but it's you, your doctor, your insurance company, Medicare, the about 3, 4, and 5 other things you have to pay for. And we loaded him. Okay. Kid you knew got a compound fracture of his tib fib skating in the tennis courts. You load him into his mom's car to go to the ER. One of these days you'll make a cube. How many layers is a 66,000 ring cube? It's not 66,000 rings. It's going to be 750,000 rings, I believe, is the end ring count. Mike, how many layers is that cube of yours going to be when it's done? Yes, it is the ultimate jelly cube. All right, Louie, have a good night. Appreciate you swinging by. So, I'm going to guess 50 layers. I don't know. I don't know if Mike's still here. Let's see if where's my, there it is. No, not that. This. Okay, it's over 100 layers. Or 100 rows. We know that much from the Jelly Cube calculator. Yeah, it's 100 layers is going to be 600,000 rings, and Mike's shooting for 750,000. Oh, hang on. Going over here, TikTok is stopping your comments again. Stupid app. I'm sorry, dude. Are there, I have seen one picture of this cube. It's basically like the base layer that was started. I haven't seen any updates since then. And I don't think Mike's here anymore. I think he hopped off. But if you were looking for pictures, I can try and get some from Mike and like post them somewhere. Whoa! Easy there. Your 4-layer cube is going to be sick? Right on. Are you making a cube? Alright, there we go. Oh, right on. Very cool. Is that because of little old me? Okay. You never know. I mean, like, I like to celebrate whenever I introduce someone to this hobby or to a project idea or something. Because that's 95% of why I do this. What material are you using? Okay. Dude, you've influenced a lot of the stuff you've made? Yeah, Mech actually showed me a piece he did earlier that was really cool. Can I tell him what it is? Mech's hanging out over on Twitch now. And, he made one of these sandworm rings, right? And he's got a snowflake obsidian stone coming in, and he's going to use this as the base for the stone, kind of like so, right? So I thought that was cool. You think it's aluminum? Whatever came in the Chainmail Joe starter kit? Right on. Right on. Yeah, I think Chainmail Joe only does aluminum. Pretty sure they don't do steel. I don't know. I'm looking forward to going back to other manufacturers' websites, because there's a lot of stuff out there that I don't have experience with, right? There's a lot of manufacturers I don't have any experience with, right? And that is because, like, all the rings that I have in my basement are pretty much all from the Ring Lord, right? And whenever I order new rings, for the most part, outside of this jelly cube, right, they've predominantly all been from the Ring Lord, trying to finish up older projects, right? Thank you for the follow, appreciate you. You'll put pics in Discord when it gets there? Awesome. So, like, all of these rings are from the Ring Lord, right? And these are, like, 25 years old. Maybe 20 years old, right? So, during the time that, like, other manufacturers started popping up, I was still using stuff from the Ring Lord, and then the Ring Lord changed hands and had some quality control issues, and then I stopped working on a bunch of other projects all together. I just got frustrated with the fact that I wasn't getting the same rings when I ordered from the Ring Lord. What happened was they trued up their ring size so that a ring like this that is 18 gauge, 3/16 of an inch inner diameter, right, was a true 3/16. So all the new rings, none of the new rings matched my old rings. So anyway, I finally, when I got time again to sit down and start finishing all these projects down here, that's when like I started ordering from them again to finish up what projects I could. And I got lucky with this big batch of rings over here. They matched the old rings, and they were spring steel. And this project, this 30-pound project, is... Thank you for sharing live. Appreciate you. This 30-pound cube is going to need all the strength it can get to hold itself together. Another reason why I probably shouldn't take it out to 75 pounds. Right? It's like I don't want it hanging suspended just for it to rip itself apart. That would suck. All right, two more big rings on here, and all the big rings for this third layer will be done. What time is it? 9:08? We might get there tonight. We'll see. I don't see why not. Oh my goodness. There's elephants, herd of elephants upstairs. So, trying to finish up all my projects that were made with rings from the Ring Lord has led to me not having experienced other manufacturers that are out there now. Like, I have limited experience with them. I've ordered from We've Got Mail, but I don't... it wasn't rings that I ordered. I needed a... What was it? A niobium clasp or a titanium clasp or something for a specific project. So I just ordered that one thing. And I've ordered from chain-reaction.ca. So Chain Reaction Canada. Ordered from them. I like their stuff. It's pretty quality. And everyone, all the manufacturers nowadays are pretty much pretty high quality. I don't hear any complaints about any of them. Except for, the only one that gets, that has an issue is the known problems with the quality control over at the Ring Lord, right? And it's a known issue, so if you order from there, just go in knowing that. I've been told that they are working on it, but the company has changed hands, and it is what it is at this point, right? Order there at your own risk. It's still the best place to get wholesale rings or wholesale prices for rings in bulk. But, you might end up with the issue I'm having where all the black and stainless are out of round, right? So, just know that going in. Hopefully it will be fixed. Oh, man. Trying to slide this closer. Does not want to be. All right, well, I'll figure that out later. Okay, another... Oh, wow, I need to put a ring here and a couple more strands of Byzantine. You want to find a place that does bulk rings and not have to open 2,000 bags? Yeah. I don't think anybody does that I'm aware of. How you doing, Bungie? I think bags became kind of an industry standard a few years ago. I haven't ordered from anyone that didn't have their stuff in little bags. Excuse me. All right. The Ring Lord used to back in the day. Yeah, I mean, the last time I got a bulk bag from them was like 18 years ago. I think I had to open 42 bags for all these black and stainless that I ordered. I don't remember how many bags the spring steel came in. But I remember I ordered some black and stainless for a shirt that I was working on. That was one of the shirts that I ended up not being able to complete. And it came in a giant bag. And I opened it up and they were all like chalky. So that bag actually got returned. Joe has some. You would love it if he had bigger bulk orders. Yeah. Okay, how am I going to do this? Okay, that's that. Slide that up a little bit. All right. Almost on to the next large ring. Yeah, I wish... I've discussed this before. I wish I was able to put together a subscription box, like a monthly subscription box, right? And in it you would get like some fresh rings, a kit, and then a piece of clothing that I've designed. I think that would be a fun product to put together for people. I don't know, but I don't write tutorials and I don't make rings, and so I personally am missing 2/3 of that idea. But I don't think it's outside the realm of possibilities. Oh, but you know what? You know what is outside the realm of possibilities? So the website, or the subscription box name that I was going to use was called Mailbox, MAILLEBOX, right? And whoever owns that domain wants $4,000 for it. And I know because I asked. I paid, how much did I pay? It's like 50 or 100 bucks just to have a broker locate and talk to them. Which is, I don't know if that's a normal way people go about selling domain names, but the domain name provider that I use, who do I use? It's called namesilo.com, right? So go into NameSilo, you find a name that you can't, that says it's not available, and you want to own the name. So you log into a little box, and they get you to where you need to go. Oh, I've got some more. I've got some more black and stainless to add on here. We're gonna not worry about that right now, but I definitely need to go back and put those on. Oops. Government drones. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. And if it's one of those things where if I had the money and I had that business plan fully set up, I'd totally do it. But I'm, long way off from that right now. But people could go and sign up for a subscription box and, get a t-shirt or a hoodie or something. And, yeah. A new chainmail kit or 2. Some new rings to play with or 3. And then you could do like a mystery box. You could make like little. All right, okay. I don't know why this one's coming to mind because I don't think I can utter what it is without violating community guidelines. How to phrase this so that everyone understands what I'm saying without getting booted. So there's a phrase where you drop an F explosive, right? And what would be cool is to like send out a kit in a subscription package, and it's a little chainmail. What I just said. Does that make sense? We're all on the same page. Yeah. You thought about mystery cubes? Yeah. Yeah, you could send out. What do you mean? Okay, Astor, what do you mean by mystery cubes? It does, and it's hilarious and awesome. Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen other people make them, right? But you can make like a little hacky sack with a red F on it, and then a wick coming out the top, and stuff it with I don't know what, and you put all those supplies in the subscription box, and then all right. Taught a chainmail class at your wife's studio. Part of the cost was a starter kit, pliers, rings. Yeah, there you go. How long have you been making chainmail, Bungie? If you know about Ringlord bulk bags, you think you know how to make those? Right on. I mean, they're easy to make, but it's like, it's so much easier. Like if I want to make one thing, but I have to go and purchase multiple colors to make that one thing, right? But I only need like 5 rings of one color. Okay? Like I'm spending $3-4 more than I otherwise would have. And occasionally you can get away with finding someone else that has the color you need and snagging a few rings off them. I've done that a few times. But most of the time, you know, you're stuck ordering an ounce of whatever color you need when you only need a few rings of that color, and then you hang on to them for a couple decades not knowing what to do with them. So, something like that, if it was in a subscription box and you got it as a kit and you had like all the rings you needed plus a little extra with a little tutorial, I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I don't have the means of implementing it. I will hopefully get there one day. But come on. Come on. There we go. 20 years off and on. Right on. So you've been around. You know what you're doing. Come on. It's like I ran into someone the other day who has been doing this longer than me. And I know most of the people who have been doing this longer than me, but I did not know this person. They were over 30 years. I was like, wow. So, I don't know. I was, like, there were a lot of people that were doing this when I got started. A lot more than anyone realized, just because, like, there was not, a lot of internet resources back then. And if there were, I didn't have a computer, so it didn't matter. 8 years later, that would all change. I would have a computer, and there would be more resources. I don't know a Mark from Kansas City area. P&B, hi, how you doing? What's Mark's username? Hey Amber, how you doing? My day was pretty good. I cleaned up PlayStation 3 with the kiddo, and then made some spaghetti for dinner, and went to 3 different gas stations for something my wife needed, and then hopped online. The mystery cubes will come from Roll for Cube you're starting? That way you can just make a bunch? Oh yeah, okay. Alright. The likelihood that Mark and I have crossed paths somewhere online is probably pretty high. But, you know, I don't know. Alright. Yeah, the, okay, so I got what you mean by mystery cube. That would make a good kit in a subscription pack too. Taught you early on. He was active on the forums, I'm sure. Yeah. If he was active on the Ringlord forum, then probably. I don't remember too many people from that time frame. The Ringlord forum, a 25-year piece of chainmail history, massive resource, right? And now it's gone. It's gone. Kills me. Kills me. It's not the end of the world. I guess they could put it back up if they wanted, but it's like, even though there's like not a lot of people posting to it. But I didn't post there very often because, you know, it wasn't an active place after Facebook and social media became popular, right? But it still had metric tons of information on it, right? We should do boxes together. Well, the issue is I would have to start doing like bulk orders of my stuff, and I'm not in a position where I can do that right now, but I will get there. Oh, man. Oh. Like, I don't know. I should just start vending. That's what I should do. I should say, to hell with it. I'm not going back to work. I'm going to go and drag stuff around every weekend and do shows and make my money that way. And take my motorcycle with me and show off my saddlebags and drag this cube around and put it out in front. I don't know. Their gallery did have some awesome work. Between that and mail artisans, you really want to make sure you have physical copies of patterns. 100%. Like, that would be a lifetime worth of work going back through mail artisans and like, not only do you have to take all the information and put it into a format that isn't a direct copy, but all of the images you would have to make yourself for everything in there, and it's, I don't know, it's pretty irreplaceable. Like, it's one of those, it's going to be a community effort to put that back together in a usable format. You're watching a cute anime tonight? Right on. What cute anime are you watching? I don't know anything about anime. I had someone ask me if I had watched anime, and I said I had seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they told me in no uncertain terms that it was not anime, and I said, okay. Then the only other anime that I've watched is Guyver from the early 90s. I actually saw someone do a cosplay of Guyver recently. I wonder if I saved that to my favorites on TikTok. I think that's got to be where I saw it, for starters. So yeah, I got Vampire Hunter D and Guyver. Like, I owned those. The only reason I own Guyver is because me and my neighborhood friend growing up rented it from Blockbuster or Hastings back in the day. And we watched the first 2 episodes, and then we went and did something else, right? 30 years later, I see the box set of Guyver on DVD. And I'm like, oh, let me grab that, you know, just because of nostalgia, I guess. And I get it. I put it in the DVD player. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I haven't watched any of it since. So I don't really know what Guyver is about, and his mecha bio armor. But I've seen parts. I've seen 2 episodes of that. And then Vampire Hunter D was a roommate's DVD that when I was in the military, he had shipped out and accidentally left it behind, and then I accidentally never sent it to him. So, but speaking of anime, okay, so like Studio Ghibli, I think I've talked about this before too. I'm sorry for anyone watching. Studio Ghibli. I was watching some creator on TikTok talk about how the artist for The Last Unicorn was like one of the founders of Studio Ghibli. I don't know what anime Studio Ghibli makes. Okay? I guess like all of them or something. That's one hell of a Brillo pad. Yeah. You're watching A Sign of Affection. It's really cute. Right on. Okay, so creator on TikTok talking about Studio Ghibli and how the animation or the animator worked on The Last Unicorn, right? Well, I grew up with The Last Unicorn, and I liked it. I watched it recently. And I thought, you know, I wonder if that same animator worked on another cartoon I saw as a kid. And it's called 12 Months. And I believe it is a Ukrainian story about a girl whose stepmother treats her bad. She goes out into the woods looking for a flower for the queen. She finds these flowers in the middle of winter because she stumbled across the 12 months having a meeting, and they gave her the flowers, and then she goes back home and her stepmother beats her and says, "Where did you get the flowers?" and blah, 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 right? Anyway, so that 12 Months, the cartoon, similar animation style to The Last Unicorn. So I was like, you know, I bet that if the animator for The Last Unicorn went on to go do Studio Ghibli, I bet the animator that did 12 Months is the same person. And Miyazaki something? I don't know. Anyway, it turned out that it actually very much was the same individual that animates for or started Studio Ghibli, right? So I thought that was very cool, and I thought anytime someone mentions anime, I'm going to mention that anime fact that no one else knows but me. But now you do too as well. So, the anime or cartoon, 12 Months, a lot of singing in it. It's a lot of fun. I think that was the third. I never checked on Captain Nemo, right? Captain Nemo, similar style to Last Unicorn and 12 Months. I don't know. I'd have to look it up who did... is it Captain Nemo? It's not Captain Nemo. Little Nemo? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Little Nemo and the Nightmare or something? About a kid that like rides his bed and fights the nightmare, screaming "Banana pajama, banana pajama" over and over again or something. It's like taking smelling salts. It'll wake you up every time. It's cozy, cute, and has definitely more cozy stuff. Yeah. Right on. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. All right. So, but other than that, yeah, I've never watched I've never been a consumer of anime. I'm not cool like that. All that stuff was after my time. Like at the time frame while people were getting like into anime and Harry Potter, people my age, like I was in another country. Right? I came back in 2005, got hit by a hurricane, and next thing I know, everybody is talking about Harry Potter. I was like, I don't know what that means. Like, it didn't happen often, but it did happen at least twice, where it had come up in conversation. Someone asked me what my house was, right? Was I a Grifflepuff or a whatever they're called? And I was like, I don't know what that means, sorry. And it wasn't until years later that I finally saw the movies. I am, as the youth say, out of touch. Oh, for those of you who don't know, there's an artist, and I don't remember her name, over on Instagram, and she makes giant clay chainmail. Like, and she did, something. It looked like, I want to say it was a jelly cube. It might have been a cylinder of chainmail. I didn't get a good look at it before my Instagram like updated and it went away, right? And then once it was gone, I didn't go back and check. But she has a new piece out, which is, if you haven't seen the lady that does the clay chainmail over on Instagram, you should go check that out. I'd tell you her name, but I think it begins with an R. Other than that, I don't remember. You love her work? Yeah. Me too. That's one of those things where there's a guy that does glass work, and he did a bunch of chainmail pieces, and it's like, I would love to own a piece of that. You know? It's like doing the whole mixed media. Is that what it's called? Or making chainmail out of other media than metal. Right? I think it's very cool. So, I actually have a piece planned. Ooh, foreshadowing. He's in Italy. Right on. My brother was stationed in Sicily, Italy, and he sent me pictures of the volcano there, Mount Etna, erupting while he was there. And then I just saw a video before I hopped on that Mount Etna was erupting again. I guess it happens a lot. Justin, how you doing? Give me just a second. I will explain what I'm doing. Let me put these in their place. Essentially what I'm making is a large chainmail sculpture. And one day I'll be done. There goes my son screaming at his dog. Both of them are stomping around like, you know, footsteps echo in I'm in my basement, so footsteps echo whenever someone's walking across the floor. And when he goes after his dog, or whenever his dog goes running around the house, it, you know, it's like a herd of buffalo rolling by. How long does it take to make? Let's see here. There's going to be 42,000 plus rings in this when I'm done. So, without including any of the prep work or the correction work I've had to do, a minimum of 250 hours into this so far. or a total, just putting stuff together, right? So I made some mistakes early on. I had to make some adjustments. But and that added a tremendous amount of time. But without any of that, just being on the right track and moving forward, it will be a minimum of like 250 hours. Want to do a show and tell time for newbies? You make some awesome stuff. I can do a show and tell. What time is it? 9:42. I could put a third ring in and finish up this layer, but I've got a bunch of other small Byzantine pieces to put in as well. So, what do you guys want? You want to see some work, or do you want to? When did I first start making chainmail? 1996. Michaela, how you doing? Holly jump rings? Did you mean holy jump rings? And just auto-corrected you? Holy jump rings? Made of metal, Batman? No. Holy rusted jump rings, Batman? What is that? Is it Batman Forever? It's the one with Chris as Robin, D'Artagnan. I think it's Batman Forever, and Val Kilmer. Yeah, I started making chainmail 29 years ago in 1996. You say, wait a minute. 1996 wasn't 29 years ago. And you'd be right. So maybe it was 95? No. Maybe my math's just been wrong this whole time. Because I started when I was 14. Right? So 28 years ago. I'm getting old. All right, show of hands. Who wants show and tell? So I can grab some stuff off my... Oh my God! Okay, I'm not going to fight that anymore. First off, we have stuff within reach. So, all right, Sinful Claw is seconded the motion to do show and tell. We can do show and tell for a couple minutes. This is a monkey fist. There is a glass marble in the center here, right? And I was thinking about one of these and how to go about making one. And I nodded off, took a nap, and when I woke up, I had come up with how I was going to put this together, right? And you think, oh, that's fairly simple, but I'm not a smart person, and so, like, it took me a long time to figure out. This is my jelly cube that I'm working on. It's about half done. I've got to expand it 1 more inch on each side, and then it'll be done. And everybody loves it. These are super fun. Is Astrid still hanging out? She makes smaller cubes. I don't know who else in the comments makes smaller cubes. Astrid Wolf was in here earlier, and she makes smaller, more colorful cubes. Let me grab some other stuff. All right, give me a second. I will be right after these messages. I will be right back. So for everyone over here, turn off that one. So first up is this little brass and bronze and stainless steel piece I made. I was getting rid of rings. I was using up leftover rings that I had laying around, and I came up with this little sculpture, kind of sarlacc butthole looking like thing. Right? Thank you. This was another concept piece using up brass and bronze rings. These cubes pass through each other, right? So what I want to do when I get the right ring size is like do 4 connected instead of just 2. And we'll see how the connections go. If they're the same material, right, and not 2 different materials, doing this might work without a problem. But when I did this one, the brass was too large for to pass through the bronze, and so the weave got screwed up a little bit. And then I ran out of rings, and I was like, screw it, let me just finish. I'm not ordering for more, or I'm not ordering a tiny amount of rings that I'm trying to get rid of just to finish that. This is my beer growler, right? There is a Japanese 12-2 star surrounded by Byzantine going all the way around. And it's got a nice rattle to it. And then that's the bottom. Nothing too fancy. Right? But it is secure on there. Right? For those of you on all the other platforms besides TikTok, you can kind of see the Japanese 12-2 stars surrounded by Byzantine. That's the whole. This is all square wire too. So, funny story is this started out as a sporran for a kilt, and turns out that you don't make sporrans for your kilts out of stainless steel. I learned that the hard way. So I have yet to make a second attempt at making a sporran, and if I do it again, I will make it out of aluminum, for sure. Right? This is one of the first projects I ever did. What is that? Lay down. Yeah. So this is a 44-ounce beer stein, right? You've got, what's that called? It's helm weave connected by Byzantine, Byzantine Alorondo by Rebecca Mojica of Blue Buddha Boutique, right? And I got back from Iraq and I went to the Texas Renaissance Festival and I found this one. And I was like, I'm going to wrap that in chainmail. And so I did. Why don't you want it to be stainless steel? Because stainless steel is really heavy, and when you try to move around with a really heavy sporran in between your legs, it's painful. That's why. All right, let me see here. Let me go grab a couple more things. Ooh, lamp. Bottle. That. What else? Coffee cup. Okay. Okay, so this is one of my favorite pieces, right? It's obviously a Christmas ornament. And I used Byzantine hexagons, pentagons, and squares to create the effect, right? And I have 11 more of these to do, but I'm going to do them in aluminum and change the ring size. I want like Christmas colors, and I don't know. There's probably 1,000 rings in this thing. This took forever, right? I don't want to do that many. I don't want to do that many Christmas ornaments that are like 12 hours long, right? Just to make. I've got, what is this, a Grolsch bottle? I don't remember. I don't remember how to open it. There we go. It's clean. There's nothing in here. Okay, so this is one of my favorite bottle wraps. It's Byzantine squares. Like little sections of Byzantine connected by a larger ring. Right? And it's a blue bottle, so the light shines through. Lots of fun. And then that's the bottom. I did a lot of bottle wraps and a lot of coffee cup wraps early on. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I should grab my other coffee cup wrap. We'll get through this. This is called the Cinespinner, right? That's a ball bearing in there. And I'll turn on the overhead on this one. He did like 20,000 of these. What is this? A 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch? No, let's see here. 1 1/4? Yeah. Like a 1 1/4 diameter large ring. Okay. And then put a little ball, mounted a little ball bearing in there. But he would just stream on Twitch, right? Making all different designs of these little pendant and spinner things. He got a different job and then he couldn't stream. And I haven't seen him back on Twitch in a long time. He's still active in the chainmail community. He's one of when I say that I know people who have forgotten more about chainmail than I will ever know. This is who I'm talking about, right? He is quite spectacular in the things that he makes for everyone not on TikTok. It's like a little spinner fidget toy. Loads of fun. This is well, let's do this. This is one of the earlier coffee cup wraps I did. This is actually the third variation of this cup. It's all elf weave in black and stainless and regular stainless. And it's a Stanley cup. I think this is a Stanley growler too. Yeah. So Stanley supplies, good for coffee, or good for containers, right? The rubber seal on this broke eventually, and I've never replaced it, so I just put this on the window. It's a good coffee cup, got a good heft to it. You know, someone starts smack and talk to you, just, you know what I mean. He gave them all away, Amber. He literally made like 1,000 of them and gave them like almost all of them exclusively away. And that was what everyone really liked about his stream. He'd sit there and he'd make little chainmail pieces, and then he'd anodize titanium, like sporks and chopsticks and flasks and stuff like that. And he would give it all away. And his channel was funded by fans. I bought a bunch of stuff, sent it to him. You got us some McDonald's collectible cups and a tweed, just what I've always wanted. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he gave them all away. Alright. So yeah. I went to Iraq. I came home on deployment and I got like $12 Stanley coffee cup, right? And I wrote my name on it first. And the issue was everybody kept stealing the coffee cups from the unit that I worked on in the hospital I was stationed at out of Abu Ghraib, right? So, like, with my name on it in big Sharpie, my cup disappeared, right? So, I didn't have any wire or anything out there, but this was about the time I had just discovered the Ring Lord, and, like, found out a whole, new weaves that I had never come across and stuff like that. Like, I'd never seen Japanese 12 and 2. And so, I didn't have any wire or supplies out there. I scrambled up some like copper and aluminum electrical wire that was laying around. Like, Abu Ghraib is a jail, and it's been mortared to death. So I was there after the whole Linda England scandal. So, like, it had already had U.S. troops there for a while. So a lot of broken stuff laying around this mile square base that we were on. So I found some wire, and I wrapped it up, and it was so soft I cut it with fingernail clippers, and then I wove everything together, and I had this like real crappy design around my coffee cup. That eventually broke. I replaced it with a brass and bronze weave called Celtic Vision. It's a fun little weave. And then this is the third iteration, the elf weave on here. And that's last. This has been dropped and kicked and punched, but it was probably my longest lasting coffee cup. Right? The ones that came after I didn't use as long. I used that one for years. Okay. This is one of my earliest bottle wraps. So it's all GSG connected by interwoven 4-in-1, and then brass on the handle and going around the neck, right? So there's about 10,000 rings in here, roughly. And it's just a cool little bottle I found at not Pier 1. World Market, I think is where I found this at. I was like, that's cool. I want to wrap it in chainmail, man. And so I did. These are 22 gauge 1/8 rings, stainless steel, approximately 10,000 of them. Right? Shrek cup, so that's about all you wanted. Did I tell you your new job is with the same third party that serves prisons? I think so. And then, last but not least, probably my greatest creation so far is my chainmail dog turd sculpture. That is not what I intended when I made it, for it to, like, it looks like I have a dog turd in my hand from far away, right? It was just a little round mail piece I had from, like, I'd made a chain out of it experimenting, and so you can just sit there and fidget with it for forever. Sodexo, right on. But that's the greatest thing I've ever done. Oh, all right, guys. It is 10 o'clock. I have some stuff, but you're playing with fake dog shit. Yeah. I've got some stuff I got to do for before tomorrow. So many. Oh, you know what? There's one more. I didn't even discuss. So I originally got this flask from, like, the county fair when I was 18, 19, something like that. And it just had this placard on there. It says swamp water on it. But it was covered in fake leather. And I have a stamp that you can make a chainmail pattern out of. And then I had this pin, right? And so I stamped out the chainmail. I glued this on. Did the leather braiding up the back, right? And then I made this chain right here to hold the top. So that worked out really nicely. And I don't drink liquor, so I think this thing has been filled with like Jim Beam maybe once or twice, and that's about it. So and this is just the stuff that I've kept for myself, right? Like a lot of this I've sold a ton of stuff over the years, and you can put sweet tea in it. There we go. I hope to sell more in the future, but you know, and this isn't, I don't know. It's a lot of my collection, but it's not all of it. You're very welcome. For anyone who wants to learn how to make cool stuff like this, if you are on TikTok on your phone, because apparently on the computer my link tree doesn't show up. On my page in the bio is my link tree. At the top of my link tree is the Mailworks app. Inside of the Mailworks app is lists of where to find suppliers, where to find tutorials, groups and forums where other chainmail artists hang out at, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's free. You don't even have to download anything. It's just the web app. Right, so you just open it up, and you're gonna have to get a chainmail stamp for leather now. That flask looks dope. I can, I got it off of Etsy. Right, those are some very cool pieces. Maybe next time show them the lampshades. I almost grabbed the lampshade, but it's plugged in, and my hands were full. I didn't want to drop everything. But yeah, next show and tell, we'll do a lampshade. They're cool. I've got 2 scale mail lampshades. They're awesome. So yeah, if you want to learn how to start doing any of this stuff, right? Like, all the information is available for free online. However, the Mailworks app has a bunch of resources I wished I had when I first got started, right? And if you want to support me doing this, help me pay for supplies, and maybe one day achieve my dreams of having a subscription box, you can go to my website, which is myusername.com. I design and sell chainmail themed apparel and accessories, right? So it's fabric with chainmail printed on it, and I've got, it's not just regular gray chainmail. I've got different colors, and I've got different weaves, and I have a bunch of cool things to wear, with more coming soon, right? So you can go there. If you use discount code Livestream, you get 20% off anything you purchase today, right? So that's Livestream, all one word, all lowercase, and get 20% off anything you purchase, and all of that goes to help me fund this and help expand my business, and gives me time to do cool stuff. There's also a coffee if you want to, throw me $5 or something. That's all in the link tree on TikTok. And I still have to put all of my Linktree links everywhere. So, and if you would be so kind as to like, follow, share all my social medias. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. I'm all over the place. All under Mailworks, MAILLEWERX. The teal scale mail is your favorite one. Right on. I'm usually here 8:30 to 10 most nights of the week, hanging out, making chainmail, and introducing people to the idea that you can, just make cool stuff at home. And then if you're really enthusiastic about it, you can start a whole business doing it, right? There's not a lot of chainmail artists in the world, as compared with, say, people who knit or crochet or do other handcrafts that you can do in your home. There's just not a lot, right? Like, there's millions of painters. There's millions of people who crochet. There's like 5 people that do macrame, I guess. I don't know. I guess a lot of people don't do that one either, but not a lot of chainmail artists out there. So if you think this is cool and you want to get started, I'm here 8:30 to 10 most nights of the week, hanging out, just chilling, working on inordinately large projects. that I will get through one day. But look at this. Look at this. Right? I wonder if I can pick this up. This thing's ridiculous. Right? We're almost done with the third layer of this thing. Right? So we're over halfway. Plus, like, we have all the big rings already woven. Right? We got... What's 84 plus 64? That's 148, right? 148 more strands of Byzantine. Okay? These are the little black stainless strands that go around everything. 148 more of those, and we'll be done. So, we're close. We're getting there. Excuse me. And with that, I bid you all adieu. I'm going to go finish up the rest of my night, and I will see you guys on here later on. All right? You guys all have a wonderful evening. I will talk to you later. Bye.